Well, in New York, there was a bunch of little clubs, about 5 or 6 of them, maybe a quarter the size of this room, where where people could go and play folk music and pass the hat, and that's what I did. No, you got to run. No, you got to hide. Don't know who to follow, who is on your side. Don't know where you're going, you won't talk where you be. And I may see you tomorrow, never more again. Seen you in the cities, seen you on the road. Your face is all twisted, 'cause your brain's a heavy load. Then you turn and ask me, how will I ever know? Talk about your searching, but I think it's all for sure. I've always dug long neck frailing banjo, which I can't play. Right. Like, you know, Grandpa Jones and, you know, that kind of stuff. And that song was written 8 years ago in the Village. I used to go and hope that I would make 15 cents in the first couple of sets so I could go across the street and have a slice of pizza for breakfast. And I would work from about 7:30 until about 4:30 or 5 in the morning. And it rained a lot, and it was cold, and I got sick a lot, and I was 20 years old, 19 years old, didn't know what in the hell I was doing. You know, had no idea what I was, but I just knew there was something there, you know, something. There was a movie house down the street. All the folks, all the poor guys who didn't have their stuff together would play, and Hard Day's Night came on, right? And so, you know, and everybody just, you know, went, yay, and John Sebastian went out and formed the Lovin' Spoonful, and the Byrds happened, and they were all over the radio, and we all, and I headed for California, you know, we all started thinking about playing rock and roll again, you know, like we used to do when we were kids, you know, and getting off of the purist folk music kick, you know, the Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger kind of, you know, state of mind about it. And one of the first songs that I wrote when I got out there was that whole attitude, that thing that sprang out of Greenwich Village, that was an immediate hit off of the Beatles on every creative person that was in the Village then, right? Who were, they, you know, everyone was stuck in this folk music thing, right? And Hot Dusty Roads is like it's just, you know, it's an expression of where I was at the time, you know, and, well, you know, it's... I don't tell no tales about no hot dusty roads. I'm a city boy, and I stay at home. I make no excuses, I just don't like to roam, and I don't like being alone. I'll give you love in a place, take off your shoes, it does 1,000 things for the case of the blues. It ain't no club, you don't have to pay no dues. You just love me and I love you. And if you take some pride in being maybe ask me why. At least you don't have to be by yourself. I've lived everything I've written. Honestly. And it's like, or observed it. Observe somebody else going through those changes. It's in everybody. Those feelings and those thoughts and those reflections and those, you know, and the ability to sing or paint what the mass can't do by themselves. And that's how people get hung up. That's why people love music. That's why people love art. That's the reason that there is art. If you're for the sake of the audience, you're the Monkees, or the Grand Funk Railroad, or this or that, or something. Or if you're for the sake of the art, you know, you're the Beatles when they did it, you know, when they did their thing. I consider myself an artist, you know, and there's a certain amount of magic and there's a certain amount of technical ability, you know, and when you find the place between the two, then for yourself, you'll find your little groove, right? But I can't allow myself to become wholly dependent on that for satisfaction in this life. Otherwise, you know, I'll become totally frustrated. I'll be a maniac. You know, I've got to have other outlets, and I have them. Come on. Major. Well, he used to be a chaser, and I don't think he really takes to jumping. He was poor when I was a kid, and I picked up about $5 a day as a groom. He just keeps me fit, working so that when I get back home, I can go back to the track. I work Belmont, Santa Anita, to get away from this rock and roll scene, you know? Gets to be a bit of a bore after a while.